Hi, this is a help video for the review on Unit 2, Problems 16 and 17. In Problem 16, they give you the idea that you should start with vertex form. So in purple, I have written out what vertex form is. In the picture, I have identified that the vertex is 40, 8. That means h is 40, k is 8 in my vertex form. So I'll come back here and fill that in. X minus 40. And the plus 8. And then notice that I have another unknown to find. I have to figure out what this a is because this parabola has to be really stretched to be all the way down here at almost 200. In fact, it's at exactly negative 192. So it's been very, very stretched out. So I'm going to be using this point, 0, negative 192, to find that missing value. So I'm going to write this ordered pair and then remind myself of what I'm plugging in. So this number is the y. The a is what I don't know. This 0 is an x coordinate. And then I'll work it from there. So if I subtract the 8 over, negative 200 equals a, and then this is negative 40 times negative 40. If I divide, I can get a alone. And so a would be negative 200 over 1600. 100 on the top and the bottom would cancel, and this would reduce, if I did reduce, to negative 1/8. So my final answer, I have to go back here to this line in green and fill in the a value that I got. I have negative 1/8 x minus 40 squared plus 8. So remember when you look at something like this initial vertex form that we had, that even though a lot of things there are letters, in fact, there are very few numbers in this statement at all. Some of the things are variables. The x and the y are variables. The a, the h, and the k all represent numbers that need to get filled in. They all are constants that we need to find. In number 17, you're asked to do some error analysis. So the math teachers in the question got some things right. The x minus 16 means that there's an intercept on the x-axis at 16. And the x minus 24 means that there's an x-intercept at 24. What they forgot to take into account is that there might be some kind of a stretch. So we need to find this a in our intercept form. So we're going to do something similar to the last question. We're going to plug in the other point that we have in order to find a. So we're going to write our value of y from this point. We're going to plug in 20 for both x value, for the x's that are in the equation. And then we're going to do our algebra from there. So I'd have negative 8 equals a times 4 times negative 4. If I multiply 4 and negative 4, I get negative 16. And then that's multiplied by a. The other side of my equation is still negative 8. And so a has to be negative 8 divided by negative 16, which is positive 1/2. Now I take this value in green and I plug it back into the green. So I've got y equals 1/2 for the a, x minus 16, because that's one of the intercepts right up here, and x minus 24, because that's the other intercept. And there's my equation in intercept form.